Hi, this is Steffi from Steffi's Beads and Baubles, and I'm going to show you how to make this cute little key ring for Valentine's Day. It's just a simple felt heart with a little bit of embellishments and a beaded edge. So let me show you what you need for this. You need a cutout of a heart. Now, it doesn't matter what size you use. I used several sizes to make these. I've used them as big as this one, and I've used them as small as this one. It's just about using beads that you like and felt that you like, and you can do any color combination. This one I did the felt in pink on one side, leopard on the other, and then alternated pink and brown for the edging. I've done some with the purple and pink and the silver edging. I just love especially with the gold and silver, how it looks encrusted. And I've done a few like that. This I used a glitter. But I wanted to do a little bit more embellishing, so I thought I'd show you how to make this. Now, on my past ones, I also used a super duper huge jump ring, and I don't like it. But I had to do it that way because once I had it beaded, it was hard to get a smaller one on there without yanking on the beads. So what I did with this one, I put the ring on before I stitched it together, and I'll show you how I did that. But first, let me show you how to do the embellishment. And the way I did this was my stacking. And I took 3 sequins. A flat flower, a kind of more cupped flower, a little tiny pink sequin, and a seed bead, and I layered them. And then I put those in a cluster of 3 on the piece before I beaded it together. Now, that one I put a little too close, so I'm going to move it down just slightly. And there's really, wherever you want to put it. You could put it in the middle. You can put it several different places on there. Now, I always go through, back through, and back up because the thread is so thin and the felt is so porous that I don't want it to pull through, and that just kind of helps. And then you pick up your first sequin. You want to pick it up upside down, so when you flip, so when you flip it over, it will be right side up. And you're going to pull that first flower down. Then you're going to pull the cup flower, same thing, facing down, and then you're going to pull it all the way down so it sits on top of the other sequin. Then I take, and like I said, you can do this in any colors. And you don't even have to do flowers. You can just stack colored sequins. And I've done that before too. I've got another project I'm going to do for you where I do a little bit of that. And then you can take your seed bead. Now, I used this time a pink Cylon. That was a little bit darker. For the first one I did for you, it was a very, very light pink. In fact, it's called a soft pink Cylon. Cylon has sort of a pearlish look to it, but just a little off from pearl. It's not quite the pearly look. It's just like a little bit off from pearl, but it's got that kind of a texture to it, where it's got that shine like a pearl. And you can get Cylon in any color. But I didn't like how this looked. It looked too white. So we'll do this one in the pink, the darker pink, and then we'll look at the two next to each other. So once you get those on, you pull the bead down, and you get that bead on there. Now you're going to go back through your 3 sequins, but not back through the seed bead. And once you go back through, you pull it, and that seed bead will hold those 3 sequins on. See? Then you just figure about where you want the second one. They don't have to touch. They can touch, but they don't have to. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pick up, and you can pick them up in a row. Pick up the back sequin, the middle sequin, the little one. Here it is. And you can slide those all down at once, all facing up. Then pick up the seed bead. And then once you get them all on there, again, you're going to go back through just the 3 sequins. You're not going to go through the seed bead because that's your anchor. Now this one's going to be turned slightly a different way. But that's what I like about beadwork. You don't have to do it the same every time. So again, I'll do the flat one, the cupped one, and this is a little 4mm, very, very, very pale pink. Now, you could actually do one that had some color to it too, if you wanted. But I just chose to keep it very, very light. And again, back through the 3 sequins, but not through the seed bead. And pull that tight, and the back will look somewhat like that. And once you get them all on, you're just going to knot, I don't really knot it per se, I just kind of go around 2 or 3, well, I usually go about 3 or 4 times. Make sure your tail stays long enough on your thread that you don't pull it out of the needle. There's nothing more frustrating, especially with these little tiny needles with these little tiny holes, than to be trying to tie it off and have the thread pull right out of that eye, and you have to stop what you're doing and put that thread back on the needle before you can finish. So I just go a couple different directions and call it a day, and I do it right under the sequin so you won't see it. Then you can clip that off. You can leave the tail if you want, but there's that. Now, I'm going to put these two together, and I want to put one of these jump rings through it. Now, the jump ring I'm using, I got at Hobby Lobby. You get 100 pieces for $2.99, but the secret is to go every week or look at the ads every week till the jewelry shop is 50% off. Then you get 100 pieces for $1.50, and that's exactly what I did. And I like these because they're 9mm, but they're really shiny, and they're very heavy duty, which I loved. I'm going to open it, but first I've got to make a hole in my thing. So just take the biggest needle you can get, figure out how you want it to hang. Now I did mine kind of up in the corner on this one. So I'll just do about the same, right about there. And you're going to go through, and you want to make sure that you don't go too far through, but you want to, and if you do, you can redo it. And I think I might have here, but let's watch and see how it looks. Now you can go through one piece at a time. I try to go through them both, but sometimes, okay, see that didn't work. This is keeping it real here, guys. It's harder to do when you're standing over a camera, I won't lie. I don't want to pull the head through because, or the eye through, because that's way too big. But once you get that hole, sometimes it's easier to do it with the plier. But you're working with a curved item is half your problem. There we go. Now before I close it, I will go ahead and put, now this is another type I buy. Now I buy these on eBay, or Etsy, or eBay I should say. And I buy them, and usually you can get a bunch of them, 20 of them for like $3. I just take the little keychain off, and you can hang on to the little keychains because those will come in handy for stuff. So if I was out of frame, I apologize. But I'm just going to put the keychain on, and then I'm going to take 2 pairs of pliers and close it. You want to do it till the edges touch securely. There we go. And there you have it. Now, I'm going to show you how to bead around it. Now to do this beaded edge, it's a lot simpler than the other beaded edge I've shown you in my other videos. This one is just a simple loop. Now, on this one I'm using 5, but you can use 3 if you want a smaller loop. You can use 6 if you want it thicker, but I'm going to use 5. So I have a needle and thread all ready to go, and I'm just going to go right so I can show you how to do it around. Now if you notice, my hearts aren't perfect, and so when you hold them up to each other, if you don't like how it looks, you can just trim it so it fits a little bit better, like that. They're not ever perfect because they're all hand cut. I don't have a die cutter. That would make this job a lot nicer. So if you have a die cutter, now I'm going to go in through the middle, see? And then I'm going to make a loop around. like I do, just like I do for the other edge I do. Now, the difference is I'm going to pick up 5 beads. And I just 1, 2, let me pick them up in my hand so you can see better. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I get 5 on the needle, and you pull it. Now, you will find when you're doing this that they may not look even. You know, like, oh, well, they're not looking like they're even. They're not, don't worry about that. Because what will happen as you put them on, and you're going to put these on as close, I'm going to have to do it on here because it was just too hard to get out of my hand. 3, 4, and 5. You want to go as close to the one in front as you can. Now see, there's a little tail sticking up there, so I'm just going to simply do this. And you're going to just come from the back and get as close as you can to the one before it. So you want to keep them, and they don't have to be exactly the same depth in. Like I said, don't worry about it. The cool thing is when you get it all done and it's all bunched together, it'll look really nice. The first few are going to look weird. See, they don't have anything pressing against them. But as you add, and I will just do a few more rows here, just to show you how you go around. I meant to start closer to the loop. And even if you accidentally put 4 on or 6 on, it's okay. Now see, I have the 5, okay. And I'm going to get really close as I can, and pull it. Now you got to be careful because you got to go around this, and also as you pull it, you'll notice that it wants to sometimes twist up with the loop in front of it. So just go slow. Honestly, whenever you're doing any kind of beadwork, you always want to go slow. Eventually, over time, you'll get so used to doing it that you'll naturally get faster. But I still try to go as slow as possible because when you go too fast, that's when mistakes happen. And so you just kind of guide it with your finger and just pull. And if you see, it doesn't look real great yet, but they all look like that when you start. I'm getting really close. Maybe 2 more and I'll be around it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these pink beads I'm using, I'll show you the package here in a minute. Now see, I wasn't paying attention. Alright. And actually, I'm right up to it, see? Now I could put 1 more, but I think I'm going to go around. So what I'm going to do is go to the other side. No, I think I need to do 1 more on this side. Okay, 1. You kind of let it tell you what it wants you to do, you know what I mean? You can kind of see how the piece is shaping up. 3, 4, and I don't worry about the size. On the other trims, sometimes you want it to look more perfect. You might try to get the same sized beads. This one, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because it's just kind of an embellishment, like I said. Now I'll go to see how's the best. How did I do this? I think I tucked it under. So you just kind of tuck under there, okay, like that. You don't want to go over that loop. And kind of pull the loop over, and then 1 more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're just going to go as close as you can again. Find that one next to it, and go real close. Now this one's going to be trickier because you do have to really watch that clip. And then there you go. And just keep going. And don't worry about it if it doesn't look perfect, because like I said, as you add and you go around, it will fill in, and then it'll look like this. And now this is a 5, and I know I've done some that had less and some that had more. But the keychains I used, I also got from Jewelry Shop. And these were $1. Now, not the one I'm using here, but this is another one. If you don't have this option or you don't want to go on eBay and buy a big lot of them, you figure get them half price. It's $1.50. They're 75 cents each. But I have another way for you to find them. Check out when they're having their clearance sales. I got 4 or 5 of these. They're in one of my hauls. They were $5.99, and I got it for 34 cents. It's gold, but that's okay. You can buy gold jump rings. And then, you know, whatever you want to do with this, you can either sell it or whatever. You know, that's, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And you get a little piece of chain that you could always hang that off of here. Have the little chain and hang some beads off that chain if you wanted. Maybe I'll do one like that and show you in another video. But it's very simple. Much simpler than my normal ornaments. You don't even have to do the flowers. You can pick 2 colored felts if you wanted to. Now, there's no need to show you how to end this, because all you're going to do, after you've squeezed in the tightest last loop you can do, you're just going to tie a little knot. Now, what I did so that it was on the back is I just kind of went under the fringe and went to the back. And then did that same loop, 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 loop until it was nice and tight. And anytime, if you feel better, you can always put a little bit of glue. But I've been doing this for 30 years. I've never put a drop of glue, and I've honestly never had anything come unraveled. So, now the flowers, the flat flowers I got at Hobby Lobby. And I had gotten some like this there. I got these white ones there. And I got the gold and silver there. Now, I don't know if they still sell them. I've had all of them for a while. As far as the cupped flowers, I got those at Cartwright's, and they have them in many colors. Oh, I left a bunch out to show you. If you want to get a multi-pack, you can. Here's one that I didn't unbag yet. But Cartwright sequins, I spend a lot of money there, and I just find their stuff to be absolutely gorgeous. Oh, here's a few more I had. They also have them in metallics, and they actually have some holograms that I have never used or never bought. I have bought one metallic, but I don't see it out here. But the flowers are gorgeous. They have them in every color. And I'm not affiliated with them. Believe me, if I was, I'd love it. But I'm just somebody that spends a lot of money there. This is called Buttercream. I haven't opened this one yet. But they're just, oh, here's the metallic one I bought for the holidays. It's red, the red flowers. But they have these, and they're $1.50 a bag. I think they have a $10 minimum order, but you could buy some other sequins that you might need also. They also sell seed beads. I got the edging one, which is a silver line pink from them. Now, I did buy a big bag, which is 100 grams. They sell the little bags, too, that are the same size as these. And I don't think they're that much, $1 or $2. And I can't imagine I paid a whole lot for this. But they're not my go-to for beads. I usually go with the Toho beads. I like the uniformity of them. But for this, I only buy these for edgings. I buy them in the silver, and I buy them in the gold, and I buy them in blue and pink and different colors because I like the silver lining on them. I think it gives it a vintage look. And as they get older, here's a gold that's really old, and here's a silver that's really old. Now, you may not like that. I love it. I love how that silver tarnishes over time and gives it a real old look. This gold is an old, now this one I only did 4. So this gives you an idea of what 4 looks like. It's a vintage felt and a vintage seed bead. And the older, as they get older, the silver line gets that kind of antique-y look, which I absolutely love. If you don't like that, you can go with a solid bead. I use these. And then on this one I used the pearl that we just used here, the not pearl, Cylon. So you can use any kind of bead. Here's one that's a beautiful iridescent bead. I love this color. And I also, this is my favorite. It's kind of got orange and red, so I did one side in orange and one side in red. And so you can use any kind of bead on the edge. Does not have to be any particular kind. I just happen to be partial to the silver lined. But here you go. I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to give you a little teaser. If I can find it, I thought it, yes. This is the video I'm working on now. It is my angels. And I'm almost done. I got one more to make for you. And I'm going to be posting this video pretty soon. And they're my little beaded angels. And this will be my next tutorial coming up in the next few days. I'm so sorry I was away for so long, but it was just the holidays, a trip out of state to meet our new grandson, and spend time with our daughter-in-law and son, and our other grandkids that went with us to spend time with their dad. We got home, we were tired, got hit with life again, babysitting a 17-month-old, and then this past week, things slowed down a bit, but I get a shot in my right eye once a month for retina vein occlusion. My eye just got blurry one day. Nobody knows why it happens in some people. And for 3 years I've been getting a shot in my eye, and it kind of knocks me out of commission for a couple days. But I'm back on track now, and you should be seeing regular videos out of me now. And I do apologize, and I appreciate your patience with me. And I'm still going to do the penguin that I promised my wonderful subscriber. I haven't forgotten, but I'm going to do a kind of a Halloween twist. Not Halloween. I always do that. Do you mix up Halloween and Valentine's? I do. My husband laughs at me all the time. Valentine's influence with him. I'll do one regular one, and then I'm going to do one that kind of has a Valentine theme to it. Because I want to do that little guy for you, and I think it'll be kind of fun. So I will be back in a couple days with my angels, and I hope you enjoy them. I think these are one of my more popular pieces I make, and these are the ones I'm making for the video are actually gifts. Not gifts, but orders for people. And, well, they're gift orders. You know, they're things I'm making for people as a gift, but they requested them. The green one, I'm making another one just like her for my daughter. I forgot to do the white wings, and she wanted white wings. So I'll be back with this video maybe tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, the latest. And until then, I thank you so much, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And I'll be back soon. Bye. I forgot to show you, so I wanted to add this to my video before I forgot, that you can put a little stuffing, and if you notice, I do stuff them. So I just take this soft cotton that I get in the bottles of vitamins we buy, and you just basically shape it, and I put it in before I even sew them together. I just kind of put it in there, stuff it in, and just kind of go around and put that in there. And I totally forgot to show you that, but you don't have to stuff them, but it does give them a little bit more texture. I stuffed them fairly full, you can probably see. I apologize for being out of frame a couple times, but the only good news is it wasn't anything that you really missed. It's just me going around. And in fact, what I'll do, since I did screw up a couple times there, I'll do a couple more loops for you just to show you, in case being out of frame made it hard for you to understand. Let me add on this little bit to show you what I messed up on, because I just watched the video, and I was trying so hard, and I don't know how I got so badly out of frame. But you basically are going to pull this tight, every loop. You're going to go in the back. You're going to get as close to the one before. You're going to push it through as close to the other one, and you're going to pull it, and you're just going to watch it carefully to make sure that you don't get it tangled, and you just keep doing that. So hold on, just, yeah, there we go, 5. So again, you're going to go as close. You're just going to kind of look on the back. See if you can see that. I don't know, let me get my lamp up a little bit. The lighting on this video is not good. And I don't know why everything is so bright pink, but it's kind of frustrating. It's actually not bad lighting outside, so I thought that would help, but it didn't. You just keep pulling it around. I think I got that thread kind of tucked on the other side. There we go. Just keep pulling it. If it gets tangled, it's not a big deal. Just keep pulling it till you get it right. And you're just going to keep doing that all the way around until you... Now see, sometimes you'll be a little bit in and sometimes you'll be a little bit out. But personally, if you ask me, it gives it a little more character. And let me do this last loop for you, and then I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. Let's see, that's 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to add one more. Again, going from the back. I'm just showing you several just in case I messed up on any of these, because I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just trying to keep my hand where it's supposed to be. Okay, now it's getting a little tighter, as you can see, but if you look at even one of the finished ones, I don't have that thread coming to exactly the same spot in every place, and that's what I like about it. And when you're done, you just kind of do this with it, and it kind of gets everything looking full and nice. And some are further in, some are further out. Now, if you are one of those people that really, really like it uniform, that will look great. What you could do is do a small line with a pencil that won't show once you bead it, and just go slightly over that line, or you can just make sure you're more uniform. Now, when you're not behind a camera and you can get your face right up to it, you probably could do that a lot easier. I'm just one that likes it kind of a little bit more informal. But like I said, that's what beadwork's all about. Is some people are more relaxed with it, and some people like it more perfect, and there's nothing wrong with either way. But the more you do, the tighter it'll get, and at the end of the day, it'll all look just like this. But once you get them in there, and then the last stitch you do, you know, in fact, I found one that I can show you. If you want to see me do that, I'll do that real quick. Putting a little PS on this video, because I watched the video and I went, oh no, I forgot to show them how to stuff it, or even tell them to stuff it. Okay, then you're just going to come around, and you can make it as tight as you want. Like I could fit one stitch in there or two. So I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do. I think I'll put one more. It's such a nice quiet day, but very windy here in Texas. The wind has been really crazy all night. In fact, I looked out the kitchen window late this morning and saw our trash can rolling down the alley. So, because we have an alley that runs down the side, so I ran out there, got our trash can, and put it away. Okay, now you can pick which side. If this is going to be the side that you want to show, then you can go on the back. If you want the pink to be the one to show, then all you have to do is kind of push the needle through. But I'm just going to assume you want the zebra to show, so you just kind of do that same, where you just pull the thread through. Ouch, I just got myself under the nail. And then I cannot tell you how many pokes I have had from needles in my life. These little needles are sharp. And they hurt. And it's always a surprise. You're always shocked when it happens. Anyway, you can do that as many times as you feel good. And like I said, you can always put a dab of glue on there. And then, you know, normally I would have put the key ring through there, but you can do anything with them. You can glue it on any kind of fabric, or, you know, you can stitch it onto something, or you can go ahead and still put the ring in, doing it this way, and then putting the bigger ring through. So, and you can even make earrings out of them. You could do anything, but this one was just one I had started a while back to show you how to finish, and I forgot when I was doing my video. I was really rusty for this video, and I apologize. I I guarantee you the angel video will be a lot better. This was kind of getting back into it after being off for a couple weeks. But again, I thank you for your patience. And that's how you finish it, and that's how you put the stuffing in. And you can either do it a little at a time as you go. Sometimes I will do half of a piece, stuff it, and then when I get to about here, stuff the rest. But sometimes if it's just like something simple like a heart, I do it this way. But you can do it however it works for you. And I like the stuffing out of bottles because it's just so fluffy and long pieces. But if all you have is the stuff in your bathroom, just shred it like this and it'll work just fine. And like I said, you don't have to stuff them if you don't want to. That's just a personal preference. But anyway, thank you again. I apologize. I just made this video a bunch of minutes longer. And I don't think I missed anything else. I think I got it all. So thanks for paying attention and putting up with this rambling, silly video today. But I'll get back on track. I promise. Thank you so much. Bye.